Welcome, the Sigma Prepper live show, the live show for preppers with your host, Andy, Sigma Prepper. We are here today in our new location, as we like to do each week. We're in the French cafe, this evening. So thank you for joining me. Cheers, everybody. Cheers to a wonderful week. I hope you've all had a great time. Thank you for all joining me. I see you all piling in there in the chat. And I can't even scroll up enough to see who was first in the chat tonight. But I can see Noelle Marie's in the house. Great to see you, my lovely. And Pedigree Mongrel. Actually, Sandy I can see before that. And there must be Extreme Focus even before that. Great to see you. Daily Survival in the house. Lovely to see you. All here with a wolf pack. Here for the live show for preppers. It really is. So, and of course, I was looking out for Extreme Focus because he's been in Florida where we've had the Hurricane Ian, and we were all worried about him, but he's all right. So I can tell you now, he's all good in the hood. So, Robert McNamara, our newest VIP Patreon member. Thank you so much, Mr. Robert. And thank you to Laughsme for your super chat last time round. Really appreciate it. And so thank you so much for being here. But I saw, here he is, Extreme Focus. There's the evidence that he made it and he survived the hurricane in Florida. Good man. And sorry to all those who lost property and potentially even loved ones in Hurricane Ian. We'll be getting into that in the SHTF Intel, so we'll be checking that out. And of course, Netrim Design in the house. Great to see you. See if you can do well on the Sigma Prepper quiz tonight we've got coming up, don't forget. There she is, Shanna Hyde in the house. Blast from the past. Great to see you still rocking about. Thank you for being such a great friend. I really appreciate you popping in. And lovely to see you. And yeah, so well, everyone's here. Eva as well. Great to see you, Eva. So I hope everybody's... Oh, and Danger Bob. I hope everybody's kneeling before. Oh, man. So here we go then. What we got tonight? We've got the Sigma Prepper live show. The live show for preppers. And we've got this amazing amount of stuff we've got to get through tonight. Yeah. So we've got mindset quotes. Thank you so very much to Anset Girl, Daily Survival, Extreme Focus, Perps, and Sandy for sending in the quotes this week. Looking forward to getting to that. Then we've got SHTF Intel report, and we'll be featuring Tia tonight, so we'll be listening to see what she's got going on. We'll be a full report talking about the Nord Stream pipeline going on, and all that kind of business around the world. So we'll be checking in on that with an Intel report. And of course, Sigma Prepper quiz and urban harvesting. He's won it 3 episodes in a row. The Sigma Prepper quiz, which is the most awesome survival trivia that there is on the internet. So get yourself involved in that. That'll be coming up straight after Intel report. And then we've got the Preppers Progress, where we share our progress as preppers. And Netrim Design's done it, Extreme Focus has done it, Leslie's done it, and Set Girl's done it, and Robert McNamara has all sent in their Preppers Progress, so we could be celebrating them a little bit later on. So definitely don't miss that. And of course, it doesn't end there, because we've got a VIP after party. So if you're a Patreon member, you can join us on the Discord server. Links in the description below. Even if you're not a Patreon member, you're still welcome to join the Discord server. There's plenty in there for us to do. To give you a little sneak peek of what we chat about, this is where you're going over to the, Discord server. Right, and there's all sorts of topics down here. You got health and medicine, clothing and footwear, things like this, right? Financial preparedness. So get yourself over there. And of course, tonight we'll be going into the VIP Wolfpack area. The VIP Wolfpack area. And we'll be having our own VIP voice chat, which is lovely. And we will thoroughly enjoy it. So thank you everyone for being here with us. And yeah, we've had an epic week. The channel's doing brilliantly, so thank you everybody who's been supporting this new channel, Sigma Prepper. And those who have missed it during the week, we've had lots going on. So the Mondays, of course, we have the tier reports that go out on Monday morning, UK time. So there's one in the linked in the description below for all the stuff for this week that you've missed. And of course, we have the Tuesdays. I do the live SHTF news, breaking intel. And this week it was obviously the Nord Stream pipeline. So if you missed out on that, do catch in on it. And you'll see there's an awful lot going on. And it kind of ties in with what Tia was talking about. And if you missed that, we'll be hearing from her in the SHTF Intel report tonight. And of course, the Prepping 2022 series. prepping for 2022 SHTF survival series and scenarios, and the first one, this was a launch yesterday, which was advanced principles of prepping. So that, again, link is in the description, and if you missed out on that, definitely get yourself in there and watch that after this show, because it is absolutely ram-packed full of goody stuff, as anyone who's watched it will confirm, right? So we had that. And of course, tonight we've got the Sigma Prepper live show, which is what you're watching now. And so we've got a whole week ram-packed full of stuff every week coming out to you. So yeah, we're growing nicely, and you know, we're all enjoying being together. And so thank you very much, Noelle Marie. Very good, good shout there. Do please hit the like button, because it does help tremendously. Let me know if you're into the cafe location this week. Last week we had the what was last week? We were in the Magic Forest, I think it was, wasn't it? And then, yeah, always a joy. So should we get into it then? I think we should start the night off by just having a little slurpy slurp first of all. Yummy. I'm just going to make sure everything's looking okay on the stream, and then we'll be getting straight into it, and we'll be figuring out what's going on tonight, because it is absolutely ram-packed. And like I say, it's been a pretty hectic week. It's been thoroughly enjoyable. Don't get me wrong, it's been so active, and I really appreciate everybody's support, sharing the videos and everything. So it has been working. And particularly, absolutely have to give a big thank you out, because I am 100% independent. If you are new here, no sponsors, no networks, no paid adverts or anything, not even monetized, because it's so new. So not owned by anyone, so all the information you'll get from me is completely impartial and based on my own experience and wealth of knowledge, if I don't mind saying myself. Here are the ways you can help. Thank you so very much to those that have. Links are in the description, and of course the Streamlabs here, /Sigma Prepper is where you do the super chats, which will pop up ding-a-ling-a-ling and with your messages. PayPal as well, if you just want to help me out and keep me rocking about and pay the electric bill. And of course Patreon, what a great way to help. Patreon, free gifts that you get sent, like mugs and stickers and stuff like that. And of course behind the scenes videos and all sorts come in this week. So I'm really looking forward to that. So thank you to all of those people who are helping me on Patreon. Really appreciate you. And Robert McNamara here, he is our newest. And Urban Harvesting is our second newest, so thank you to everybody on this page for helping make this show even happen, because I certainly couldn't afford to do any of this without the support I'm getting from our VIPs. And of course, these are the people we're going to be rocking with later on in the after party. Can't wait for it. I hope you're looking forward to it too. The topics we get to talk about in the after party Discord chats is, let's say, very different, but along the same lines as what we talk about tonight. So thank you so very much to everyone helping me. And again, links in the description if you'd like to show your love and your appreciation. So let's get back to base camp. Come on, let's get the party zone going, because we are getting into it and the chat is absolutely going crazy. So thank you so much for all being there. And should we get into the quotes then? Is that the perp flirt? Is that a perp master? Is she the first tonight to be doing super chat action, is it? Thank you so much, my darling. I really appreciate it. And she's such a love of the show, and couldn't do it without you. Thank you so much. I didn't even see you in the chat. Where are you? And Amphir's here as well. So yeah, excellent. Hi everyone, this is Amphir. Everyone's going to be piling in. Evening. So everyone's absolutely rocking. So I think we're ready to rock. Let's do it then with this week's Sigma Mindset quotes. Thank you so much for sending them in. Let's do it. Yes, indeed. Sigma Mindset quotes, where we ask the question, are you a Sigma? Sigma personalities, you see, as opposed to Alpha and Beta, for those that don't know. Sigmas are all about being sort of self-reliant and all about personal development and skill set building, and don't want to be part of the herd necessarily, yeah. Prefers to sort of operate independently, and that's kind of who we are. So welcome to my fellow Sigmas and my fellow preppers, and that's how we roll. And yeah, so I have, this is the first one up then, is from Anset Girl, one of our VIP patrons. Thank you so much, Anset Girl. We had a great chat this week. I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious. Brilliant one from Albert Einstein. I have no special talent. I'm only passionately curious. It reminds me of one of his quotes, which was, I know I shouldn't do this because this is everyone else's quotes, but the one, what is it? It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems for longer. I really identify with that one. Thank you so much, Ansett Girl. Really appreciate you sending in the quotes. Daily Survival, next one. Another one of our VIPs. The person who, don't forget, you don't have to be a VIP to send in your quotes at sigmaprepper.com. The person who anticipated the coming of troubles takes away their power when they arrive. Beautifully said. Seneca the Younger. Apparently somewhat of a stoic herself. Or himself. Is it herself? I think it is. The person who anticipated the coming of troubles takes away their power when they arrive. This is the whole point of being prepared, right? So perfectly apt Daily Survival. Thank you so very much for sending this one. It's a great one. I hadn't heard this one before. Yeah, brilliantly done. Thank you so much. Let us know again in the comment section below if you're watching this afterwards, which are ones your favourite. And of course, if you've got your own favourites, do send them in or add them in the comment section. It is easier to fool people than to convince them they have been fooled. Classic one from Mark Twain. Thank you so much to Extreme Focus for sending this in. Our ultra VIP, the most ultra of all ultra VIPs on Patreon. Thank you so much, Extreme. Really appreciate you. And of course, Extreme Focus is the same one who's just escaped narrowly in Florida. So really pleased to hear you're safe, Extreme. So yeah, it's easier to fool people than to convince them they've been fooled. This is where the media always wins out, don't they? They get to get in there first and tell their side of the events. And then you can never convince people that's not how it is, because they've already been fooled, right? And so yeah, so beautifully put, Mark Twain. Next one then, our very own Perps. What an absolute babe. Thank you so much. Again, one of our VIPs. And Streamlabs Super Chatterer. Thank you so much. Never underestimate the power of stupid people in large groups. You know, this is such a timeless quote. George Carlin, yeah, the comedian. Not that I need to describe who George Carlin is, obviously, right? But again, a brilliant one. Really like it, Perps. Thank you so much. I'd forgotten about this one. Never underestimate the power of stupid people in large groups. Nicely done, Perps. Thank you for sending that in. And Sandy, if you sent in more than one quote, by the way, I'll typically maybe use one of yours each week, assuming there's, you know, enough of everybody else of which it looks like there are. So thank you for sending them in. Do feel free to send in more than one, and I'll feed them in over the week so you can keep checking back and see when yours is displayed. So Sandy, thank you so much, Sandy. Again, one of our super duper VIPs. Really appreciate you being a friend as well. Nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood. Now is the time to understand more so that we may fear less. Brilliantly done, Marie Curie. Brilliantly done. Nothing in life is to be feared. It's only to be understood. Now is the time to understand more so that we may fear less. Oh, I really like that one. Thank you so much, Sandy. They've all been great tonight. Thank you, everyone, to sending them in. Let's hear it in the chat for the quote submitters this week. Ansett Girl, Daily Survival, Extreme Focus, Perps, and Sandy. Thank you so very much. And of course, if you think you can better that, or you think you've got a quote that I might like, or we all might like more importantly, then do please send your quotes into quotes at sigmaprepper.com. Quotes at sigmaprepper.com. The links to that are in the description as well, along with everything else. So please send them in. And of course, you know, your email address isn't going to be used for anything else. It'll be completely just you and me. It's only me here. You know, it's just a lonely old one-man band, right? So yeah, don't worry about that. And we'll keep it just between us. So thank you so very much for sending your quotes in. Let's hear it from. Let's get back to base camp then. We've got so much more to get through. How are we even going to get through it? Here we go. Thank you, everybody. Really, Perps sliding in their rear entrance. Ooh, misses. Sneaky. Oh, like it. A nice grounding start to the evening, isn't it just? We got to start out with a Sigma Mindset quotes. It's a great way to get rocking. So, yeah, let's have a just quick look at a few... where am I looking? Here, sorry, I just got to configure something. Don't forget, we are still somewhat in prototype form, right? So you got to bear with me because there are a few bits and pieces where I need to make a few adjustments, right? So that's the plan. And that's what we're doing. Thank you so much, everyone. So true, Shanna Hyde. Great quotes. Thank you, Daily Survival. And again, thanks for the one you sent in. Quote submitters, perps, of which you are one of those quote submitters, my darling perps. Yeah, thank you so much. You're such an absolute wonderful support. All great and so true. Thank you so much. And again, thank you, Sandy. Nicely done, everyone. So should we get into it then, because we are absolutely got to be storming through because there's so much to get through, and my fear is that the SHTF intel, now we've done the Sigma mindset quotes, SHTF intel report is yeah, I don't know, it's quite big. It's quite big, so that's what we got coming up next. Great to see you, Connie. Thank you again for being such a love. Made it finally. Has it been a nightmare, has it? Love the quotes, so timely. And again, thank you, Extreme, for sending your one in. I love the love. Look at the love of the wolf pack here, yeah? This is what you want to be a part of, you know? This is what it's all about. And, you know, the Sigma Prepper live show is the one time in the week where we get together and we get to be cool, you know, we get to chill out. And we get to just sort of experience each other, interact with each other, and you know, just kind of have a little bit of a party time more than anything else, because the rest of the week is also gnarly, isn't it? But talking of gnarliness, unfortunately, we're going to have to get into even more gnarliness because it is time for the SHTF Intel report. And what a report we've got for you tonight. SHTF Intel, here it comes. Right, here we are then. SHTF Intel with Sigma Prepper. And this is what we're going to be roughly going through. I've got quite a few... the gnarly report, says Daily Survival. Pretty much. Great stories on the VIP chat on the Discord server. Really? Yeah, we'll be... oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, when we have our after parties, it's absolutely awesome. So thank you everyone for being here with us. Deep breath, everyone. Totally, Sandy. And again, thank you very much for joining me. If you're watching this afterwards, this is part of the Sigma Prepper live show, the live show for preppers, on a Thursday evening, 11 p.m. UK time, 6 p.m. Eastern time, every Thursday with your host, Andy. So do join us if you're watching this afterwards. First and foremost, though, I think one of the things that we should already have is the date and time doesn't seem to be anywhere, so let's sort that out. And like I say, there's quite a few things that I've got lined up. I don't know if we're going to get time to get through it all, but sorry. So yes, I do apologise. We now have date and time on the screen. It was a bit of a mad disaster getting going. Right, so, wow. What we're going to do then is I'm going to have a little gloss through a few bits and pieces, and then we're going to hear from Tia. And then we're going to come back and I'm going to go through some other SHTF Intel today bits and pieces. In fact, I'm tempted to do the tier now because when we come back after that, it's interesting. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to hear from Tia first because there's something I need you to first hear, for those that haven't heard it, because I'll be making reference to it in what's been going on with the Nord Stream pipeline. It's kind of important that we hear Tia first. So let's do that then. So for those that aren't familiar, let's hear from Tia, our tactical intelligence assistant, artificial intelligence. So let's see what she's been having to say this week for us for her global analysis report.
Quantum phase initiation sequence. Welcome to the Sigma Prepper Artificial Intelligence Report for Thursday, the 29th of September, 2022. Scanning global intelligence sources. Critical alert. Global threat detected. Multiple intel sources show a significant and exponential surge in pre-warfare measures and countermeasures. Caution. 4th and 5th generation warfare tactics have been in operation between competing superpowers. Interpretation. Hybrid warfare tactics use conventional and irregular military forces in conjunction with psychological, economic, political, and cyber attacks to achieve their objectives. However, be advised, my observations show increased buildup of military hardware across multiple Western countries. Danger. The current measures observed are inconsistent with a response to an external threat. Logical conclusion. Preparations for martial law are being implemented by multiple governments with the intent of something potentially more nefarious. Outcome prediction. Despite recent military escalations, the defense-ready condition remains at DEFCON 3. Warning. Within the next 3 months, the defense-ready condition will be elevated to DEFCON 2, code name, fast pace. Civilians are increasingly manipulated into a state of desperation, confusion, and fear. The cascade of disasters and failures on an already weakened global society is the logical prerequisite for a complete economic takeover by the unelected, authoritarian globalist powers. Secondary threat warnings. 1. Food shortages. Alert level remains at inevitable for all countries. 2. Global conflict. Alert level increased to critical. 3. Riots and civil unrest. Alert level remains at inevitable for multiple Western countries. 4. Blackouts and grid down scenarios. Alert level increased to warning for multiple Western countries. 5. Economic collapse. Alert level remains at inevitable for all countries. Extreme caution ahead. Final recommendation. Please spread this message. Time is short. Share this video on your social media and provide your friends and family with the urgency they need to act now. Give this video a like, and don't forget, please follow Sigma Prepper to keep up to date with ongoing developments. Thank you. I've been Tia, your tactical intelligence assistant. Intelligence is my middle name.
In the chat, thank you so much. Yes, indeed, intelligence is her middle name. So, fear, confusion, what, me, worry? Tia's eyes. She is rather beautiful, isn't she? She's as close as I could get her to my original Tia that I developed in 2007. So, yeah, she's just a modified version, essentially, over the years. But thank you so much for listening in on that. Now, if you do want to ever go and check out what's going on, of course, you can go to sigmaprepper.com, and this will be what your website looks like. So when it all hits the fan, don't end up around a campfire eating squirrels on sticks. But up here, you'll see SHTF Intel. If you scroll down, you'll get a link here as well. Look, SHTF Intel report, look. And that'll bring you to the SHTF Intel page, which is dedicated to the Prepper News, SHTF Intel reports, and you'll always have the latest tier report on here. And of course, this was last updated 26th September. I usually do it at the beginning of the week, and this will be a new one on Monday. So do join in for that one, Monday morning in UK time, so look out for the new tier report. But this is a breakdown of basically all the things that we're hitting the fan right now, in order of what's going to hit us first. So totalitarianism, of course, because that's what's really essentially the thing that's causing the problem with everything else, right? Food shortages, of course, we're seeing that everywhere. Riots and civil unrest, lots of that going on. Inflation, economic crisis, I don't need to explain that one. Global conflict may be moving up the list, let's face it. Above inflation, maybe. I don't know what's going to hit us first. But the grid down blackouts will probably move up as well, because at the moment, you know, well, Even Germany are now saying the blackouts are going to come this winter. You've had America talk about dark winters and all the rest of it, right? So let's just say predictive programming and all that. And of course, if you ever want to, go and check out exclusive survival kit, all made by me, in-house, and all unique stuff. So go and check that out. So you can always go there anytime and check in and see what's hitting the fan at any point in time. So what we're going to do then is go through the list, and we're going to have a little looky-pooky. Cheers, Tia. Thank you, Sandy. I love Tia. Beautiful but scary. I've actually had squirrels, says Eva. No way, really? Kind of chewy. Oh, no. This is the whole point, you see. If you, thank you, Connie. If you're preparing with Sigma Prepper, there's no need for squirrels on sticks. That's the whole point, right? You get to eat nice, yummy stuff, stay safe, keep out of dodge, and everything's all good in the hood. So should we see what's going on in the world then? Here we go. Starting out on BBC News, where we've got... I'm just like to have a little look at the mainstream just to see what it is that they're telling us is going on, if you know what I mean. And yeah, this is it. Substantial loss of life feared from hurricane, says Biden. It's not looking good. I'm going to go into some individual stories, but we're just glossing over the headlines, and we're on BBC World, the world news, not specific area. And Finland closes border to Russian tourists. We're going to take a look at that. Russia to formally annex 4 more areas of Ukraine. None of these things are going to go unnoticed. You see all this kind of stuff coming out now. US Army doctor and wife charged with Russia spying. Yeah, it's just all over the shop. So let's have a look then. We've got a few things here we'll take a closer look at. So Ukraine war. Finland closes border to Russian tourists. That's nice. Finland is closing its border to Russian tourists from Friday, the last of Moscow's EU neighbours to do so. Poland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania all closed their borders to Russian tourists earlier this month. Which is going to be a problem, don't forget, because of all those people trying to flee Russia, trying to get out of Dodge because of the conscription. Oh, it's going to probably say that here, is it? I don't know. But Russians will still be allowed to visit family or for work and study in Finland, and the foreign minister said. This decision comes after the number of Russians arriving at the border surged following, there you go, military reservists by President Vladimir Putin. Queues have formed at border crossings as people tried to flee, including long lines at Russia's border into Georgia, which does not require a visa for travel. So maybe that's the problem with being in the UK, living on an island, and maybe in America, you've not got places to go apart from Mexico, and I don't think you're getting across to Canada. And this is the problem, right? Because what's been happening in the last 3 years has all allowed them to reinforce the border things that have been taking place with all the pandemic-based restrictions and, you know, CDC-based entry, exit kind of policies, right? But what that's allowed to happen is, of course, the infrastructure for more control over border security, right? A little bit like it did in 9/11 with the Patriot Act and stuff like that was all designed to, well, you know how that panned out, right? So, you know, this is a drone video showing a scale of the people living in Russia. But yeah, this is, you know, they're just being strangled left, right and centre in terms of what options they've got. And of course, when you back anyone into a corner, well, it doesn't usually end up well. Hurricane Ian then, maps and images showing destruction. And again, we'll be taking a closer look at this. Hurricane Ian, one of the most powerful storms to hit the United States in recent years, caused widespread disruption after barreling across the Caribbean into Florida. Local reports say thousands of people are awaiting rescue and there are fears of fatalities. I wouldn't be surprised if you look at some of the destruction. So this was the path, and again, our very own Extreme Focus in the house, our Ultra VIP Patreon member. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Couldn't do without you, mister. But he's living right about here, and he was within the zone of having to get out of Dodge. And he said to me on Discord earlier that even he's learned, even as good as a prepper as he is, and survivalist, he's learned some new things from the experience. So we'll be looking forward to catching up with him later in the week. So yeah, no, maybe in the VIP after party tonight, actually, we can hear your story. Extreme Focus. The storm built to a Category 4 hurricane as it crossed the Gulf of Mexico, bringing wind speeds up to 241 kilometers an hour. 150 mile an hour. You're definitely taking someone's eye out with that, yeah? Big time. And causing storm surges or rising sea levels. And do you know what? Look at the state of this. Think about the epic levels of sheets we're talking about, right? I mean, this is a before and after. Nicely done, whoever went back and took the picture, but man, It looks like it's up to... See, this door is here, right? This door level. Yeah? There's no way that wasn't in there. And look at the state of this. Think about the sheets being claimed for these boats, yeah? I mean, some of these are pretty tidy looking. They're good like $250,000, some of these, by the looks of it. Easy peasy, yeah? It says the surge of water was about 12 to 14 feet. Looks like it as well. Look at the state of it. It's just stuff everywhere, man. We were in a pretty bad flood. This was like the flood. This kind of looking stuff here was what it was like when we were living in Thailand. We had a tropical rainstorm coming in. Tropical... I don't even remember what it was now, but a storm surge on that was pretty bad. And this is what it is, look. Is where the tide is like high. And this is what we had in Thailand. The tide was high and you had rain for several days, so the ground was already saturated. And so the actual water table underneath, we were only about 4 meters above sea level where we live. We were only about 50 meters from the seafront in an island we lived on in Thailand for about 10 years. And twice it happened, and once it completely flooded our garden and everyone else's. Our next door neighbour was literally bricking up their doorway the day before with wet cement. Crazy, yeah? It's just awful though, because like when you're trying to walk about, and as well we had Cuba with a power outage. I think it was 300,000 homes, was it? I don't think it says it here. It does on another report. And again, Extreme Focus was reporting that he had our power outage and he couldn't join us for the show last night, the Prepping for 2022 series. Do go and check that out if you haven't seen it. It will be linked in the description below. So the other thing here as well, and again we'll come back to the more of the weather stuff in a minute. Coolio passed away yesterday. This was reported 11 hours ago, but yeah, stars including Michelle Pfeiffer and Snoop Dogg have been paying tribute to the US rapper Coolio, who has died at the age of 59. And this is yet another one of those unexplained adult death syndrome thingy-bobs, it would seem. So yeah, won a Grammy for his Gangsta's Paradise, I think, was it? Yeah, won a Grammy for the 1995 track Gangsta's Paradise, which led to the soundtrack to the film Dangerous Minds, yeah, which was where obviously Michelle Pfeiffer comes in if you've ever seen that film. And yeah, so there you go. Sorry to see that. I've liked a couple of Coolio's tunes, so sorry to see you go, my man. And yeah. Check this out. Report. Chinese police set up covert station in New York City, 31 others around the world. So check this out. Let's zoom in a little bit so you can see it. So the Chinese government has set up 32 police service stations around the world, including one in New York, to monitor and coerce Chinese nationals living abroad to return to China, according to a new report. Now, for those who don't know, about 3 or 4 months ago, I was showing reports of where basically people were trying to leave China and they were cutting the corner off their passport and just saying, no, you're not allowed to leave. We don't want you to leave. And they would just make up all sorts of excuses why the Chinese citizens couldn't leave China. And so a lot of people were fearful to go back to China because, of course, if they try and then leave again as Chinese citizens, or if they got, if they're expatriates somewhere else and they go back to visit, then they're worried they're not going to be able to leave China. And this is evident when you see them even going to the lengths of setting up police service stations, trying to coerce them to go back to China. Is this another one of these? Is this another one of these, like, where you see Russia calling in 300,000 peeps? Is this China's version of that? Or preparations for versions of that? Who knows? So, 32 unofficial Chinese police service stations operating around the world. I mean, it's just... So, yeah. Wow. The exact scope of the mission of these overseas Chinese police service stations is unclear, but Safeguard Defenders researchers believe the officers work in conjunction with China's fox hunt operations. China says its fox hunt operations are meant to convince Chinese criminals living abroad to return to China, but they have been accused of targeting Chinese dissidents and relying on threats and coercive behaviour to get those dissidents to come back to China. I don't imagine there's much extradition stuff going on between China and America. But yeah, so I thought I'd share that with you because that's interesting. It's just when I looked at that, it does strike me as being a very subtle version of Russia's, like, you know, calling in 300 people, 300,000 reserves and stuff. Maybe China's ramping up as well. And I did see a report as well, maybe 4 months ago, when it was really kicking off. Do you remember when it was really kicking off in the cities in China? Shenzhen, was it? And they shut it all down and they locked everyone in their apartment blocks and stuff. Well, around that time, there was a woman who was like fighting with a police officer in their apartment, wanted to go out and go to the store, and the policeman wasn't letting her. And he pushed her, she was videoing it, and when he pushed her back, he said, "Why are you being like this? Our country is going to war with America and you're acting like this." I'm just saying. That was about 4 months ago, and I thought that was a bit weird. So, fourth leak, talking of which, fourth leak, and this is where the Tia Bidnick come in, because the whole point of what Tia made mention of on Monday, she was talking about fourth generation and fifth generation warfare, and the reason why was because it's important that people remember that we're in a situation where you can't expect it to be bullets and stuff flying about as the indication that war's begun. Yeah, it's not going to be like that. It's already been going on and bubbling for a long time. And the fourth and fifth generation warfare is stuff like propaganda and stuff like social media influencing and, you know, sabotage of key infrastructural stuff, right? Things that look like industrial accidents, for example. Hence this on the screen, right? So she comes out with that on Monday, talking about essentially look out for more fourth and fifth dimensional warfare tactics rather than whatever. And the day after, this starts popping off. I mean, I don't think it's a coincidence, right? So the Swedish Coast Guard, this was today, Thursday. The Swedish Coast Guard said they found a fourth leak. And don't forget, I reported on this on the Tuesday's live breaking news SHTF intel as well. And at that point, there was 3 leaks. So now they're saying they found a fourth leak in the Nord Stream pipeline on September the 29th, just 3 days after underwater explosions severely damaged 2 Nord Stream 1 pipes and 1 Nord Stream 2. So Nord Stream 1 and 2 are key underwater pipelines built to deliver Russian natural gas to Germany. It's 785 miles long, so this is like, and the problem is as well, the pressure went right down, and basically all that seawater has rushed into the pipes. It's not just about the fact that all those 300 million, was it 300 million cubic meters or something of gas that was in there at the time or something crazy. It's not just the fact that they've lost all that and that's what you see bubbling out of the ocean here, but it's about the fact that all of the seawater is going to rush into that pipe, and you don't go, what'd you do, vacuum it out? I mean, and then you're going to have all the pipes rusting inside when it's supposed to be carrying gas. This is like catastrophic. I don't even know how you go about even trying to repair it is the problem, right? This is the issue, because it's just such a devastating... Anyway, and it's such a controversial pipeline, as I made mention of, right, on the Tuesdays. And again, the link is in the description below for that, I believe. So here's another story. EU chief calls Nord Stream attack sabotage, warns of strongest possible response. So that's not going to end well. You see here, look, the CIA warned Germany. This is coming from Michael Schellenberger. He's saying the CIA warned Germany weeks ago of coming attack on natural gas pipelines Nord Stream 1 and 2 from Russia to Germany. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. From Russia to Germany. This is the original tweet, look. So it's, yeah, CIA warned federal government against attack on Baltic Sea pipelines, yeah? Russia could have pulled off such an attack, but it's difficult to see whether Russia or Ukraine could have an interest in such an incident. Of course not. They just spent the last God knows how long making it. So, you see here as well, look, as a result, you've got Norwegian Navy. This is coming from G-Captain, shipping news. So you've got Norwegian Navy to protect offshore oil and gas installations. So now you've got Norway suggesting that this is going to start to extend to, you know, gas and oil rigs and things like this The military will be more visible at Norwegian oil and gas installations, Prime Minister Jonas Gahr Støre told a news conference. Not sure how to pronounce his name, do apologise. Attack would be handled jointly with our allies, he said. Norway is a NATO member. So do you know what's interesting about this is the fact that we're in a position where these are the sorts of things that they need to be able to justify positioning certain assets in certain places that doesn't look suspicious. So, for example, if NATO needs to position their forces to be maybe preemptively positioning their equipment ahead of you-know-what, then this is the way that they would do it. This is the guise under which they would do such things, because you don't want to be doing stuff proactively or overtly, because it might look like you're preparing your equipment for you-know-what, you see. So sometimes it's advantageous to position your pawn pieces, your chess pieces on the board under the guise of some other thing. In this case, it's like, because of like Nord Stream and all that, maybe we should send some warships to protect our... Right? So we need to watch out for that. So check it out. There's a great bit of irony I saw here. This is part of this report about the pre-warning, looking at attacks potentially coming on the pipelines. Check this out, it's quite funny. Russian propaganda instantly launched a smear campaign against Poland, the US and Ukraine, accusing the West of aggression against Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2. It's quite funny because check it out. This is a tweet here that somebody's seen. Look, and you see this is from the this is like authentication of Russian lies jeopardizes the security of Poland. But then there was a thing down here somewhere. Don't tell me I'm not going to be able to find it now. And he basically does exactly the same thing the other way around. It's like, it's amazing. It's so funny. And I think I closed that window. Sorry about that, but it was so funny. But you see this all the time. They just completely contradict themselves. But you can see all the stuff that's been collated together. Right? I mean, check this out. Look, this was President Biden. If Russia invades, then there will be no longer a Nord Stream 2. We will bring an end to it. That's... done it again. We will bring an end to it. But how will you do that exactly, since the project is in Germany's control? And Biden says, I promise you, we will be able to do that. So this was on February the 7th, right? So this is February the 7th, right? Biden is saying if Russia invades, then there will be no longer a Nord Stream 2, right? And then reporters like, how are you going to manage that exactly, right? This is a Germany project, right? It's nothing to do with America. And he's like, hold my beer, basically. What? And then check this out. This is good old Victoria, isn't it? So the January the 27th, yeah, Victoria Newland, right? She's the one who was like, F the EU, don't forget, many, many years ago when all that stuff was going on with who and you-know-what. I can't even get into it. January the 27th, 2022, Victoria Newland said, if Russia invades Ukraine one way or another, Nord Stream 2 will not move forward, right? Oh, man. You see? So I think it's pretty clear who's got more motivation for doing what than who else, right? And check it out. Russia's not stupid. Russia says Nord Stream likely hit by state-backed terrorism. Of course it is. Of course it is. But anyway, you get the point. It's not looking good, right? It's not looking good. What even is this? Oh, here we go. This is on the Jerusalem Post, but it was quite an interesting take. But it was interesting because Russia's basically called a United Nations Security Council meeting on Friday, so that's tomorrow. Gas leaks as a result of suspected sabotage discovered on the two pipelines on Tuesday have roiled energy markets and heightened security concerns. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, but of course there's been another leak detected since then, so it's just getting worse and worse. And you see here the US response to the Nord Stream pipeline. The US administrations of both former presidents Obama and Trump were concerned about Nord Stream 2 and about Europe being dependent on Russia for gas, right? So we know who had the biggest problem with that pipeline. Check it out. You know who. Getting crazy again. It has begun. The next step is to round up the terrorists, and we know what the state does to them. So this is Jacinda Ardern. I mean, proper clown world. Next, they'll start rounding up people. This is predictable path of authoritarians, and this is basically what she's saying. So New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern, for some reason deemed a liberal, has called for a global system of repression against speech she does not agree with, namely questioning climate change. I'm referring to the classic definition of liberalism, a political ideology based upon the protection of individual liberty, including, most importantly, free speech. So, New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern is the latest Liberal leader to call for an international alliance to censor speech. A legal scholar holding the... So, yeah, she's getting crazy. Ardern noted how extremists use speech to spread lies without noting that non-extremists use the same free speech to counter such views. To answer her question on how do you tackle climate change if people do not believe it exists, is that you convince people using the same free speech. Instead, Ardern appears to want to silence those who have doubts. So yeah, so rather than making more of an effort to show non-fudge data that people are asking for, the proof, it's like, nah, just silence the people that are even doubting it. So that's basically what she's up to at the moment. So thanks for that. Thought I'd mention this as well because it's important that you see what's going on with the shipping supply chain situation because it all feeds in. So Maersk suspends Asia US East Coast loop. So they're basically closing down and consolidating a couple of routes that they were doing with the cargo things because of a decrease in demand. So this is already showing a decrease in economic activity when you start seeing shipping companies reducing their loops of their cargo journeys, right? There's always a reason why, and of course even the container prices have started dropping down as well. Look, volume over West Coast ports declined 11.5% in the month, right? So it's going down. You got LA saw a decline of 16.8%, right? New York down 10%, you see? So it's not for no reason, right? So we got to watch that. Check this out. Just in regard to the Tampa Bay thing, there was a little video here somebody took of where the beach was basically sucked out. Anyone else would have thought there was a tsunami coming, right? But check it out. Spooky. Spooky. Oh, look at it. But that's the thing with a storm surge. It's like the same thing and it comes back on a mission. Bay being sucked out. And check it out. Some more pictures here coming from Florida. Look at that. And the problem is, you see, is of course the actual, the level above sea level of some of these properties are like 1 meter. So you don't really need much of a storm surge to be getting yourself underwater. So let's have a quick look and see what's going on with the biometrics then. Because it is all going on, as you can see. This is why it's a bit of a monster SHTF Intel global analysis, but it is what it is. Gates Foundation commits $200 million to digital ID and other public infrastructure. You just ask yourself the question, what's he got to benefit from it, right? I mean, just go away, man. Just chill out. Just chill out. Take your tie off. Yeah. Take your shoes off. Sit yourself down. Just sit yourself down, Bill. So he's at it again. Renewed its commitment to digital ID, topping up its investment in the space as part of a total package of $1.27 billion, which is $1,200 million, right? In support for global health and development projects, right? The latest funding commitment includes $200 million for digital public infrastructure, includes digital ID and civil registry databases. Now, what's interesting in this is that I'm showing you this report first, and then I'm showing you another one in a minute, and you'll see why. The announcement occupies the 6th annual Goalkeepers Report, which assesses progress towards the UN Sustainable Development Goals, the UN Agenda 2030, basically, right? 17 sustainable goals. And they're all made to sound brilliant, but not for you and me, they're not. Including things like ESG, yeah? The environmental, social governance and all that. That's going to kill most businesses. As Tia mentioned about 2 weeks ago in the report. You can go and check them out. So, check it out. Which assesses progress towards the UN Sustainable Development Goals and acknowledges that by most indicators the world is well behind the pace needed to achieve them by 2030. So he's basically piling in more sheets, epic levels of sheets, to get the biometrics, digital ID system. But of course there isn't a digital ID system, that's just a coincidence theory. A coincidence theory, right? But check it out. The UK plans round of biometric self-enrolment trials for apps and kiosks. So UK are right getting into it, yeah? New trials will assess the effectiveness of fingerprint biometric enrolment and presentation attack detection pad technology. For the initial benchmark exercise, subjects will be volunteers from among Home Office staff and from the general public for the capture trial, with the pad trial running parallel to both. So the moment they're running at about 0.2. The target is to be a 0.2% false rejection rate and a 0.01% false acceptance rate. And they're currently running at 0.2 and 0.1. I think this is in relation to that. So they're absolutely storming through with it, and they're not holding back. But check this one. This is where it links into the Bill and Melinda Gates sheets being spent, right? US creeps towards digital ID legislation as election looms. So this is for you, America. The US State Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee has voted to advance the Improving Digital Identity Act, moving one step further towards legislation that lays the foundation for a national ID for American citizens. But of course, that's just that's just a lie. That's not really happening. That's just, you know what I mean? Here it is. This is industry news. This is biometricupdate.com. This is actual industry engineers. I come from a prototype electronic engineering background, so you know I've built biometric ID systems before with fingerprint readers. It's pretty easy stuff. Now headed in the Senate floor for full consideration, the bill aims to establish a public-private digital identity task force charged with strengthening privacy and digital ID verification methods. So the thing is that these things are going to pass because I've just shown you why. Bill and Melinda Gates have just piled in all these sheets. So that will be making sure that all of these people go along with all the legislation that's going to be on the floor and pass through the Senate, right, to be passed through because money's already been spent. Palms have already been greased. Suitcases and containers full of cash have already been delivered. Yeah. Check it out. Mobile network outages expected in Europe this winter. This is why I think on the SHTF Intel website page on the sigmaprepper.com website, where you got the list of potential threats, basically. That's why I think we're going to find that the grid down scenarios and the blackouts and things are going to end up going up. End up going up quite a lot on the scale. So 4 European telecom executives said it on September 29th, that's today, there are currently not enough backup systems in many European countries to handle widespread power cuts, raising prospect of mobile network outages this winter. Now, I've talked about this at length, and basically one of the problems with the cell towers that are around you to give you the network connectivity to your mobile phones, the data services, 3G, 4G, 5G, and so on. There's no law or policy or regulation in the United States that say that those cell towers have to have even any backup battery. So it'll be the same in Europe. And most of them have about 6 to 12 hour battery backup capability. And that assumes it's being put into emergency mode. The cell tower goes into emergency mode. And it basically stops anything other than direct phone calls to emergency services, text messages, and all data services are terminated in emergency mode, right? Because the cell tower has to conserve as much of its power and energy on most critical infrastructural communications, right? So, and then once that battery bank runs out, your mobile phone's not going to be connecting to anything. The minute that happens, I strongly recommend you putting your mobile phone into airplane mode you know, just turn off everything. Just assume this is bad news. Turn off your cell data, turn off your Bluetooth, turn off your Wi-Fi, turn off your GPS, turn everything off, and try and conserve the battery as much as possible, right? Because once the cell tower goes down, your mobile phone is going to be beaming out at full amplitude of transmission, trying to find a cell tower, and it will drain the battery even quicker. So bear that in mind, right? So the majority of Europe's almost 500,000 telecom towers have battery backups that can power mobile antennas for approximately 30 minutes. I should have read that first, but you get the picture, right? You haven't got a whole like week worth of like when the grid goes down. Nah, this is going to be epic, and it is definitely coming. So, well, we are banging through the list. So let's get into it then. What we got next, and then we're coming out. And we got a Sigma Prepper quiz, so don't go anywhere. Of course, if you are watching this afterwards, you are watching this cut out from the Sigma Prepper live show, the live show for preppers every Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 p.m. UK time. And we are now going to get into have a little quick look at what's going on with Earth changes and the disaster maps and things. We're just going to gloss through some stuff, but we do have a volcano that's erupting. This is in Russia. We've got ash emissions rising up to 3 kilometers, 10,000 feet above sea level. So light aircraft and stuff are going to have to go around that, and so on. So that's what we've got going on there. Let's check in on the sun then. You can see there's a few red days coming up. There has been some activity. You've got this on the backside just coming round into view. Looks like some activity here. Old region 3098 is currently approaching the northeast limb. So start to show itself in the next 48 hours, so we'll check that out. But in terms of the actual sunspot summary, this is what we got rocking on the sun right now. In fact, I prefer to look at the face of the sun first, so we can see what's Earth facing. So this is how the face of the sun looks. The other one doesn't look like it's made its way around yet. I'm not sure. I don't think it's this 3111 sunspot here. But that 3110 looks pretty gnarly, doesn't it? 3107 is pretty much Earth facing. So let's check that one out. This is the list as it stands. And sure enough, there's the 3107. Which is exactly that one that's Earth facing, and this is the one with the complex magnetics at the moment, most likely to be giving us some activity, but it's far from that. I don't think we got too much to worry about. So we will check out the space weather overall picture and see what's going on. Don't forget, keen to check in on this over the next couple of days, because we are entering October. In just a couple of days it will be October, and we'll be looking at the September values, predicted values of 51 sunspots for this month, and there's no way it's going to be anywhere near that. It's going to be way off the scale all over again, like it's been for some time. As you can see here, it's just navigating so far off. So yeah, September we are looking at, it's supposed to be predicted values of 51.6, but that assumes about 1.7, 1.8 sunspots a day. And yeah, as we've just seen, 1, 2, 3, 4 already, right? That's more than double. So we'll look at that anyway, and we'll be checking back in on that maybe on the Tuesday report. We'll have a Tuesday SHTF Intel every Tuesday's live report, and the data here may have been updated by then. So we'll have a look in on that and see if the September values for the end of the month have been added on. So be interested to see. We'll check in on that later in the week. So here we are then on the USGS. We'll check out the earthquake map, and of course we've got here the 6.5 in the South Sandwich Islands, which is down here. Which you do get some activity at this join of these tectonic plates you see in this region here, and it's sort of, yeah, not too common, but and a 6.5 is unusual at 11 kilometers depth at that position. I will say that. But this Reykjanes, I must work out how to pronounce this, Reykjanes Ridge is pretty epic. Check it out. Look at this cluster. If we tick this box here, only list earthquakes, look, it will show these ones. There's 15 earthquakes. Now, there are 48 total earthquakes, and I usually... Oh, one's just popped up. It's now 15 of 49. Let's quickly have a look, see what's popped up, if it's anything big. Doesn't look like it. But that's pretty big cluster there. I'm not quite sure what's going on. And this is right in between the UK and Alaska up there, or Canada. East Coast. So we'll keep an eye on what's going on there, because I hope it's not some sort of, you know... Look at them all. Look, they're all 10 kilometers deep. What's that about? All of them. And they're all like between 4 point... Well, it's quite a big range actually. 4.5 to 5.7. This is in order of magnitude. Let's order it in newest first, and we'll see if there's a pattern in the way that they're rising up in scale. It doesn't look like it. It's gone up to 5.2. It's gone down again. It's gone back up to 5.1. And now it's 5.7. So the trend is upwards. The trend is upwards. So that's interesting. But we'll keep our eye on that, because that could do a pretty good job of a pretty epic tsunami, maybe, couldn't it? Especially these things being at 10 kilometers deep like they are. So, definitely going to be watching that. Definitely going to be watching that. And I think what we'll do very, very quickly to finish off here in the SHTF Intel is we'll have a quick look and see what's going on with the cryptos. And we'll have a quick look at what's going on in the commodities. And then we are out of here. We've got the Sigma Prepper quiz coming up after this. Don't forget. Survival trivia. See how good you are. See how long you'd survive in a disaster. So we still haven't broken past the 1 trillion market cap yet. But we will have a quick look and see a look at the crypto prices individually. See if it's you can see with the haven't broken past that 20,000 mark again. It's just clamped down at that 20,000 the whole time. It's really boring. Nothing's happening. So let's check out the commodities then, and let's have a little scoot down here and see what sort of danger red areas. Cotton and tea. Look. Down the bottom here we've got electricity. Look at Germany with a minus 24%. Today. This is euro per megawatt hour, right? 315 euros. It's dropped 100 euros in a day. Yeah. So we're going to have to see what's going on with that. So there's lots of activity going on with the economy, and I think maybe on the SHTF Intel Live on Tuesday that I'll do. Perhaps we'll focus some on the economy there, and I'll get some bits and pieces together for you, so we can look into that. But yeah, thank you everyone for being with us. So what else we got? That's about it really. So thank you everyone, and thank you for joining me. We're going to be getting on with this Sigma Prepper quiz right now. And but if you have enjoyed the SHTF Intel by Sigma Prepper, please do hit the like button below. Really appreciate your support for this new channel. And thank you for helping us to grow by sharing this video on your social media with your friends and family and those that need to know. So, thank you so much for joining in. Let's hear it in the chat. And I'll see you on the other side. Let's get back to base camp. Let's get on with that Sigma Prepper quiz and see if you can do well on it. Let's do it. Thank you very much. Let's hear it in the chat. I'll tell you what, welcome back for a start, and cheers everyone. Welcome back to the cafe. Oh, wow. I do apologise, that was such a monster, but what can I say? It is an absolute monster out there. We've got Halloween coming up as well, and daily survival, thanks for reminding me. And I hope everyone's all good in the chat. Seems natural, yeah. So, let's have a quick reminder of what we got coming up then. Tonight on the live show for preppers, the Sigma Prepper live show. So that was the SHTF Intel report. And let's hear it for our boy, says Noel Marie. Thank you, my darling. So yeah, cool. We're on to Sigma Prepper quiz, and the question is, has anyone seen urban harvesting in the house? Because he's the one who thinks he's going to win it every week, and he has indeed done just that over the last 4 weeks or so. So nicely done. So yeah, Sigma Prepper quiz is next, and we'll see if anyone's seen urban harvesting in the house. Danger Bob's here, so I'm hoping you'll be giving it a go on the Prepper quiz tonight. I know how you feel, Ansett girl. I can't stomach that woman/man talking about the New Zealand you know what, I think. Oh, congrats to the new leader of Italy, says Stream Focus. Yep, nicely done. Nicely done. It's like a game of chess, says Shanna Hyde. Shanna Hyde's still here, so you haven't got bored yet then. Are you going to have a go on the Sigma Prepper quiz, Shanna? Huh? You should see if hubby's any good as well. See if hubby's going to be helping you. You can have a combined effort. See, there you go. If you're playing as a couple, is that cheating? If you're both preppers and you're playing the Sigma Prepper quiz? I don't think there's such a thing as cheating, is there? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's see how well you do. Time for the Sigma Prepper quiz. Let's do it. Come on. Play along. Here we are. The Sigma Prepper quiz. Multiple choice. Just like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, just a million times better. A, B, C, D are your options. This is what you're playing for. The Ultimate Prepper Award. Yeah, who wouldn't want to win that? Check it out. And believe me, when it arrives in the post, it looks as glistening and as sparkly as that in real life. It's pretty cool. Connie Richards is excited for it. Robert McNamara is in the house. Are you going to give it a go this week? Noelle Marie's making pizza from scratch. Do you know, it's like they say, Noelle, if you want to make a pizza from scratch, you first need to start by making the universe. Or is that an apple pie? One of the two. One of the two. Night night, my darling perps. Night night, my darling. Right, let's get into it, shall we? Quiz topic tonight then is, again, we're just doing a general prepper survival info quiz with, yep, so all your favourite survival topics. And we'll see how you get on, but here's how you play then. So this is how we do. Don't put in your answers like this because it's just, you know, not good form. It's not good form and you'll just be telling everybody else what the answers are. So instead of that, wait until you see the last question. There are 7 of them. 7. Wait until you see the last question and then enter in your full answer string that'll look something like this, but not exactly like this because this is just an example. And then see if you are the Ultimate Prepper quiz winner. Yeah? So, let's see if you make sure you're as live can be. Of course, we aren't monetized, so there's no adverts, so you should be as live can be. Assuming you haven't paused it and unpaused it for any reason. If you have, now's the time to correct it. Right. Good luck, everybody. Get ready, and don't forget, if you get a score of 7 out of 7, you'll win the Ultimate Prepper role on the Discord server. So when you're on Discord, you'll see your name will have a special thing next to it, so everyone will know that you're a winner of the Ultimate Prepper Award. Right, so let's get into it. Boom. Questions. Right. Just settling in, making sure everybody's ready. So here we go. Oops, by the way, we do have a little bit of a problem with it taking out some comments, wondering if it's okay with the comments. So I'll try and grab them as they come in and make sure it allows the comments to happen. I'm just checking something else quickly as well. So here we go. 5 seconds. I just gotta wait for this thing to reload so I can make sure it hasn't done me over again like it always seems to want to do. No, it's okay. For some reason, the YouTube seems to turn off embedding on this video when we go live. So here we go. Question number 1 then. The Citizen Band Radio Service, CB, operates on how many channels? Citizen Band Radio Service operates on how many channels? Is it A, 20, B, 30, C, 40, or is it D, 50? Question number 2. In tactical hand symbols, a clenched fist at head height, waving left and right means what? Clenched fist at head height, waving left and right Yeah? Means what? A. Freeze. B. Sniper alert. C. Run. Or D. Vehicle. A. Freeze. B. Sniper alert. C. Run. Or D. Vehicle. Question number 3. Which of the following provides a source of safe drinking water? Which of the following provides a source of safe drinking water? A. A small pond. B. Fast running river. C. A freshwater lake. Or D. None of them. A. A small pond. B. Fast river. C. Freshwater lake. Or D. None of them. Question number 4. More than halfway there. What angle of blade sharpening is considered best for pocket and hunting knives? So what's the angle of blade sharpening is best specifically for pocket and hunting type knives? Is it A, 35 degrees, B, 25 degrees, C, 15 degrees, or is it D, 10 degrees? A, 35, B, 25, C, 15, or D, 10 degrees? Question number 4. What is the protective binding wrapped around the center of a bowstring called? So an archery bow or a crossbow has a protective string wrapped around it, binding wrapped around the center of a bowstring to protect it. What's it called? Is it A, serving, B, binder, C, rimmer, D, fleet? A, serving, B, binder, C, rimmer, or D, fleet? Question number 6, the penultimate question. How exciting. Lithium phosphate off-grid battery chemistry is known as what? If you watched the show last night, you would know the answer to this. Lithium phosphate off-grid battery chemistry is known as what? Is it A, AGM lead, B, lithium li-ion, C, LiFePO4, or D, LiPo? A, AGM lead, B, li-ion, C, LiFePO4, or D, LiPo? Final question then, get ready, because when you see this one, you'll be ready to put your string of 7 characters in as your answer. So get ready, here we go then. Question number 7. Which of the following DEFCON military ready levels represents fast pace? Fast pace. Which of the following represents DEFCON military level fast pace? Is it A, DEFCON 1, B, DEFCON 2, C, DEFCON 3, D, DEFCON 4? A, DEFCON 1, B, DEFCON 2, C, DEFCON 3, or is it D, DEFCON 4? So, get your answers in the chat then. That is it with the 7 questions. And I wish you the best getting your answers in. Let's get the answers in order of how they came in. You've got 30 seconds to get your answers in. Thank you, everyone. Look, Urban Harvesting gets himself out of woodwork. He's suddenly in the house. Got Daily Survival was the first one in with an answer. Going for... well, of course, we don't know if these are right or wrong yet. We're going to go through the answers once the time runs out. It was Sandy was next. Then it's Robert McNamara. Then we had Extreme Focus. Anset, all time up, Rubber Ducks. Anset Girl was next. Then it was Amphir. Then we had Noel Marie. Urban Harvesting, our current winner of the last 3 weeks in a row. And then Netrum Design we had next. Nicely done. Oh, look, he's already making excuses for himself. Look, I had to rush my answers on 2.0 speed. Think I made a mistake. Oh, so his alarm clock obviously didn't go off because obviously he's in Australia and it's morning time for him. Amazing. So, should we have a look at the answers then and we'll see how well you did. Thank you so much for playing along. Innit? Sneaky. Isn't he just Sandy, right? Lastminute.com. He just turns up out of nowhere just for the quiz and then just runs away. Right, let's have a look then, because I've got, as we usually do, I have a range of additional information for our answers, which is always exciting, and more stuff to learn. So let's jump into that quickly and get that open. So, question number 1 we had how many channels are there on the Citizens Band radio? How many channels are there on a Citizens Band radio? And Let's have a quick look in the chat and see what people were saying. So Daily Survival had C there with 40. Sandy was going for B. Robert McNamara B. Lots of people were going for B. Amphius goes the Nor, because it is indeed. Oh, what did... oh yeah, Urban Harvesting. He had C, and it is 40 channels. I grew up with a CB when I was about 13 years old. I got my first CB, and I used to talk to adults all night long when I was 13 about all sorts of stuff. Go to sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning. I was supposed to be up for my paper round at like 7 a.m. Oh man, I'm sure it formed me, and talking to a load of truckers and things like that. Not just truckers, you know, taxi drivers. And so question number 2 then we had, in tactical hand symbols, a clenched fist at head height, waving left and right, means what? Oh, sorry. Here we go. This is the actual frequency list of the 40 frequencies that there are actually on ham radio. Look, so there you go, and you'll see it says down there, channel 19 frequency wise is the band's dead center, so it's a dead center channel, and that's generally the channel that you used to call someone up on. You'd be like 19 Turbo. My name was Turbo, but 19 Turbo, 19 Cannibal, stuff like that. So yeah, channel 19 is where you know, like the lobby is the lobby, the CB lobby. Question number 2, in tactical hand symbols, we've just done that. Clenched fist means what? Means what? Let's see if anyone even had the slightest clue what this one was. Daily Survival had C, run. Good guess. Sandy had D, vehicle. Robert had A, freeze. Extreme Focus had D, vehicle. So did Ansett Girl. Amphe had A, but I can tell you now, Noelle Marie had D. You were absolutely right, Noelle Marie. Vehicle. Vehicle. So this means there's a vehicle coming, yeah, or something like that. I'll show you the score, how it looks. Here they are, look. So here's all the hand signals, and you can see even a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's ways of saying that with just one hand, which is handy. So you have to take your hand off the rifle. Let's see if we can find the hand shaking about business. See there, the old rally point? Yeah, rally point. Here we go, look, vehicle, right above my head. So, vehicle, yeah. That's the score with that. I think we might have another one here as well, yeah. Here we go, just laid out a bit differently. It's probably easy to see, look. Ammunition. Rifle. I understand. So there's quite a few in there, isn't it? But they're good to know. Good to know. So let's see if who got who got those right. Anyway, I know Noelle Marie did. Nice one with vehicle. Urban Harvesting. What did you have? D, vehicle. Good man. Netrum Design was going for B. Sniper Alert. That's that one. Is it? Yep. Nicely done. And then we've got, let's have a look. Question number 3 then we had, which of the following provides a source? I'm really interested to see if anyone got this wrong. I hope not. Because I'll tell you now, the answer is none of them. None of these are safe drinking water in any situation, basically. That's been designed to drink. That humans usually get their water from the food and the vegetables and the fruit that we eat and the meat that we eat, right? That's where we get our moisture from. 80% of it. Normally, yeah. That's how we've evolved. So Daily Survival, they'd had 3. Nicely done. Sandy had sorry. Daily Survival had D. None of them. Sandy had D. Robert had D. Oh, Extreme Focus going for B. Fast River. You don't know what's up. You don't know what's upstream. It could be a sheep pooing in the river upstream, or it could be a dead body upstream, or something like that. That's the problem. Or a factory a factory upstream, dishing out all its nasty pollutants and chemicals. You need a Berkey filter with not just a normal Berkey filter with your carbon filters, but you want the carbon filters and you want the fluoride filters, and then you've got maximum, yeah, and it goes through the carbon filter, through the fluoride, arsenic, heavy metals filter, and then into your drinking container, right? And I've only got these here because that's from last night's show, the Prepping for 2022 series. Go and check that out if you haven't seen it. Links in the description. So, yeah. And so go. And then, of course, if you are collecting your water out of a fast river, then you just need to be putting it through that. But it's not safe drinking water straight out of the river. And so Gail was going for B. Yeah, I thought that might get a few people. Amphir, nicely done with D. Noelle Marie's doing really well with D. Urban Harvesting had C. Freshwater Lake. Again. Ooh. 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 Nedrum Design in there with D. Nicely done. And that's an important one to know, because you don't want to go just getting water out of anything. And, you know. So, question number 4. What angle of blade sharpening is considered best for pocket and hunting knives? What angle of blade sharpening is considered best for pocket and hunting knives we had? So I'm interested to see how many people got this one right. Daily Survival, what did you have? B. 25 degrees. Nicely done. You've done really well. Sandy, what did you have? A. 35 degrees. I'll tell you now, 35 degrees is more what you'd have for like a machete or an axe. Right? But for a hunting knife, you need it to be quite a chunky angle. Because, by the way, I do apologise. Shall I just go back to the last one quickly, because I've been a very naughty boy again. Here we go. Actually, sorry. So this was drink safe waters, just our last one. This is water purification methods. You got boiling, filtration, chlorine, iodine, purification tablets or drops, or combination of filtering and disinfectants. But boiling isn't going to get everything out, right? We're going to need to do a whole show about this or something, right? Because it's important stuff and we can't be risking doing stuff like this. So in terms of the blade sharpening angle, yeah, 25 degrees is what we're looking for. And you can see here on this chart I've got where indeed 22 to 27 degrees, hunting knife, pocket knife, survival knife and sport knife. And you like I say, cleaver, machete, they haven't got axe there. But yeah, most choppers. So the idea you see is that things like on the far left there with the low, that's really, really fine. We're talking like this. This is really nice. This is quite expensive, but this is like a scalpel blade. This will be more like 9 degrees, right? So this is like super, super sharp, yeah? Like big time. I'm not going to mess around with it, but you get the idea. But this uses a scalpel blade. It's quite unique in its design, and this is a titanium housing. And so this would be a really, really fine blade, because it's like a surgeon's blade, right? And so that just folds up like that. Now, the problem with that is that if you tried to use that for cutting some wood or something like that, that would blunt down immediately. It wouldn't hold its blade very well at all. So you need to have the right kind of, you need to have the right sort of angle that reflects the longevity of the blade that you want. And so, of course, again here, the 23 to 27 degrees angle on your blade is going to be durable, sharp edge, hunting, outdoor knives, and so on, right? So, yeah. And you can see here the 15 to 18 degrees, sharp, delicate edge, scalpels, fillet knives, and so on, you see? So it's important stuff, and we need to make sure, we're, if we're going to be sharpening our knives, that we're putting the right points on them, because it does make a massive difference, right? So well done to those who got that one right, and nicely done. So next up then, we've got question number 5. We had, what is the protective binding wrapped around the center of a bowstring called? And extreme focus. Daily survival was the first in there. What did you have? You had A. Nicely done with serving, because that's absolutely right. Daily Survival. Nicely done. Sandy had D, did you? The Fleet? Looks like it. Yep, Robert had A. No, I'm hoping that Extreme Focus had A. Yes, he did. Good man, because he just went on A, as you'll see in the Prepper's Progress coming up next. Extreme Focus went to an archery class, so I'd expect you to sco the Nora on that one. And who else had the correct answer? I was looking for Noelle Marie. Oh, my darling. I was hoping you'd have that one. You had Binder as a good guess. Good guess. Urban Harvesting. Look, he had A. Nicely done, my man. Nicely done. So let's have a look then. Yes, indeed. This is what we're looking for. The serving. And you can see here with a close-up of the string. So this is a classic cursive bow. Or takedown bow, a bit the same. And you got the string, and then it's like a protective binding on that string, which helps. And this is a crossbow version of one, and you can see in the center there. And it has to be, the crossbow is really important because it's sliding on the slide rail, the string. It's going down the slide rail on your crossbow, so it protects the string from wearing down and fraying. So you have to replace it now and again. And you can see it close up here where it's bound around. It looks like they've waxed it as well with beeswax, and this is a D loop been put on for archery. And I've got one of these actually myself, and I've never done it myself, so I'm not quite sure how to do the knots each end. I'm gonna need to try it, but I have got this little machine, and I have got a spool of serving string essentially. So yeah, that's what the serving is, and I know there's a few of us that are into archery and things. I think it's a great sport. I thoroughly enjoy it, and slingshots as well. I really enjoy it. It's a great challenge. So well done to those who got that right. So question number 6 then, we had lithium phosphate off-grid battery chemistry is known as what? Now for those that were watching the show last night, you'll know this, yeah, and when I talk about the show last night, I'm talking about this one. So you should see it. You should see it on the video, and it's really well worth seeing. This is slide 36 of about 48 last night. It's an epic show. You got to watch it. But anyway, so part of it, we talked about battery chemistries and how many cycles, because the problem is, you see, is I was talking about the problem when you're preparing for 6 months versus preparing for 1 year. I strongly recommend watching this video all the way through. I really do. So 6 months versus 1 year, what the problem looks like, you need to watch it because you'll see the 1 week versus 1 month and things as well, right? But you'll see the cooking fuel, quality off-grid solar panel system. But when we start talking about 1 year's worth of preps, you get a problem where, because the average marine battery, you can see like a car battery, 50 cycles. That means that you can discharge that battery and recharge it only 50 times. And even that's based on 50% depth of discharge. So that's not discharging it all the way down, that's just discharging it 50%. You can only do that 50 times with the car battery. Even with a deep cycle marine battery, which is basically what we saw here is the example, which is why it says there how many cycles. And of course, if you want to keep fuel, you're going to need treatments for fuel, because fuel's only good for about 3 to 6 months, subject to your container quality. Oh, that's the next one, sorry. Wrong way. So in here you'll see the lithium phosphate, the benefit of the lithium phosphate packs, which is what I like to use. This is my one here that I showed last night, which is a lithium phosphate. You see there, LifePo 4. So people had every opportunity last night. You see, there is a benefit to watching the live shows. There's always clues in the questions for the Sigma Prepper survival trivia quiz we do on the Thursdays throughout the week. So if you watch all the videos, you'll see. And of course, the next question coming up was answered by Tia. So yeah, deep cycle, 300 to 600 cycles, right? So basically what it means is that by the time you've recharged that battery 365 times, if you're planning to survive a year, that battery is going to be down to like 20% of its capacity, like your smartphone is after a couple of years, and it doesn't hold its charge for more than 5 minutes. So yeah, LifePo 4 is what we're looking for. LifePo 4 is what we're looking for question 6. Question 6. Daily survival in there with, I strongly recommend you get it right. Yes, good girl. I think you've done really well this week's daily survival. Sandy, what did you have there? D, LiPo. Do you know Magic Hand, Mrs. Sigma Prepper? She went for LiPo as well when I ran the questions by her earlier today. Robert had their C. Well done, Robert. Good man. And Extreme Focus had D. Lipo, yeah, I thought a few people would go with D. What did Urban Harvesting have? C. He was listening, good man. As was Netrum Design. Great to see you, my man. I'd love to see you, Netrum. And Noel Marie had D again. Yeah, a lot of people went for Lipo, but yeah, LifePo 4. And the benefit, as you saw from that slide I just showed you from last night, was the fact that did it again. The LifePo 4 benefit, look, is 2,000 to 4,000 cycles. The pack I showed you there is more like a 4,000 cycle pack, but that's about $350, $400 worth. Just a small pack like that, right? But because they last 10 times longer. Yeah? They last 10 times longer, didn't they? So even if it was twice as much money, it's still saving you 5 times the money because it lasts 10 times longer. So it's worth bearing that in mind. If you've got long-term plans for preparedness on your off-grid solar power system, go LifePo 4, not AGM lead or flooded lead or marine battery. So the final question then was question number 7. And again, Tia gave you the clue on this one earlier. So I expect everyone to get this one right. If you didn't, you weren't listening to Tia enough. So which of the following DEFCON military ready levels represents fast pace? And it is DEFCON 2. We are currently at DEFCON 3. So Daily Survival again gets it right with DEFCON 2. Well done, my darling. Well done. You've done brilliantly. So, who else had DEFCON 2 for B? Sandy had B. Robert had A. DEFCON 1. That's cocked pistol, they call it, is it? Cocked something? Well, I don't know, Andy. Maybe you should just have a look at your little slide that you've pre-prepared that you kept showing accidentally a minute ago. Good idea, Andy. Let's do that. Although before we do that, we need to... sorry, Sandy. Nothing personal, but need to just clear you off there quickly. Right. DEFCON levels, look. So... Oh, cocked pistol, yeah. So DEFCON 1, cocked pistol. DEFCON 2, fast pace, which is where we're potentially headed into. Europe has already gone into DEFCON 2, by the way, but I don't think anyone's supposed to know that yet. DEFCON 3, roundhouse it's called, and then DEFCON 4, double take. DEFCON 5 is fade out, so lowest state, you know, ain't got to worry about much. But when we go to DEFCON 2, what we're basically saying here is it's near nuclear war. Armed forces, 6 hours or less to deploy and engage. So you properly know it's go time when even we get to DEFCON 2, essentially, right? We're already kind of like at the cusp of how it gets kind of gnarly. And I've got another thing here pulled up for you that I found. You see here, it gives you a description. It's a fast pace look. DEFCON 2 level is considered the second most severe readiness condition in terms of the military's response to threat. Again, this level is also related directly to the imminence of nuclear attack. This means that any necessary units of the US Armed Forces are ready to deploy and fight within 6 hours or less. So cocked pistol, we might as well see what this is. DEFCON 1 level is considered the most severe readiness condition in terms of threat and response. At this level, the military is at a maximum readiness to immediately respond to threats or attacks, and those related to nuclear warfare in particular. So do you know what? I'm not surprised Tia's report was suggesting it's going to upgrade to DEFCON 2 with all the stuff that we've seen going on around the world. But let's have a quick butch and see what we've got rocking. Because the final answer basically should have looked like this is what it should have looked like, right? So this is what your final answer should have looked like. And I wonder who thinks that they've done the best out of everybody here. But I can tell you now, who else have we got in there? Urban Harvesting. I had to rush my answers and so on. But I wonder if you've guessed who the winner is today in the house. But thank you to Magic Hand for the answery poos coming in. But I can tell you now, well done. Daily Survival! She takes it. She totally destroys Urban Harvesting's run. He had a hat-trick rung, but Daily Survival does it and gets right in the way of him. And do you know what? Urban Harvesting's like, that's what I get for not being as live as possible. But you know what? It wouldn't have mattered because the running total worked out that Daily Survival had 6 out of 7. Awesome job. Well done. And in fact, it wouldn't have mattered, Urban Harvesting, because you end up with 5 out of 7, even if you'd been in there first. But well done as well. Sandy was third with 3 out of 7. So well done, Sandy, for being third. And so Urban Harvesting. So well done, Daily Survival. And of course, Urban Harvesting was in there second with 5 out of 7. And then we had Sandy in there getting herself a good score as a runner-up as well. So well done. Let's hear it in the chat for our winner. Nicely done. Whoop whoop. Thanks, Magic Hand. Congratulations, Daily Survival. Nicely done. Thank you, everyone. Really appreciate you joining in. Great show. Thank you so much. Do hit the like button. So let's get back to base camp. We've got so much more coming up. Let's do it. Thank you very much for playing. And yeah, well done to Daily Survival. Back to the base camp party mode. Thanks everyone, says Daily Survival. Nicely done, my lovely. Nicely done. I could tell as I was going through, I was still those questions, each time I kept thinking, oh yeah, she's got this one right as well. I thought, there's no way she hasn't done really well. So yeah, as suspected, nicely done. Great to have you with us. And it was, nice as well for Urban Harvesting to have a valid contender. Congratulations, nicely done, Extreme Focus. So yeah, like it. And of course we will be getting a leaderboard done up over the next week or two that we can share the history of success over time. Don't forget, we got Preppers Progress coming up, and then we're into the VIP after party on Discord. So join our wolf pack, there is time. Thank you so much for our VIPs on Patreon. All links in the description if you would like to help. Patreon.com/Sigma Prepper. So, should we get into Preppers Progress then? Because we've got so much. We've had some lovely, lovely contributions coming in from our lovely, lovely peeps. Notably, we've had progress. We've had our progress report sent in by Netrum Design, Extreme Focus, Leslie, and Anzac Girl, and Robert McNamara. So should we get into it then? And let's see what we got rocking this week from our wonderful preppers sending in their progress to progress@sigmaprepper.com. So let's do it. Preppers Progress. So, share your progress. So this is where we motivate and inspire our fellow preppers out there. Show them that it's not that difficult. Just takes a bit of commitment and a bit of investment sometimes, but not all the time. And we can make great progress together. So thank you very much for sending in your progress. And let's start off with number 1, which was last week's Netrum Design. I thought I'd leave him in here because he did such a great job. And we showed him last week, but look at his efforts with the freeze drying. Look, absolutely storming it. That's the carrots. Look, this is how they end up. And he does the same with the frozen vegetable as well. Just whack them in there, boom, job done. They're gonna last for years, man. 20 years probably. Broccoli as well, boom. Love it. Love it. Thank you so much, Netrum Design. Thank you for sending in your Preppers Progress. Lovely to see. So who's next then? Of course, Extreme Focus. We've kept him in here this week because he had his troubles in Florida. So we thought we'd give him some more respect. And of course, this is why I knew he would know the answer to the question number, whatever it was, with the serving. The binding that goes around the string to protect it. Because he's been getting into his archery recently. Because he went down to his Adventures Archery down in Tampa Bay. And got all knowledged up, which is what we need to be doing. And again, showing off some of his kit. And his computer, low power. This is his local place he's gone to. And he's got his Sigma Prepper hotspot in there. Off-grid internet. system that I developed, again available on the sigmaprepper.com website. So lovely, thanks for sharing that, really appreciate it. Extreme focus. And next up then was Leslie Laughs-Me. Thank you so much, another one of our VIPs. I wonder if she's about, because I wanted to, yes she is. I wanted to ask you, is this water? I'm guessing these are water tanks, honey, are they? Because looking at this is obviously a water pump you've got going here, and this is what's feeding in. You can see that green pipe that comes around from the side of the thing here. It's like attached to the pump. So this is because she's got a well. So I wonder if you could just confirm what Guam. But check this out. Oh, this is what I want. So this is Leslie's quad bike. I think this is the same quad bike. This is the front view, which is pretty cool looking. I've always wanted a quad bike. I'd love to have an electric one because I think it's with an off-grid solar power system, you've got maximum options. So, oh, thanks, Laughs-Me. So yeah, she's saying that's a oh, that's interesting. I need to fix that because it looks like the me being able to pop up your chat messages isn't working on these scenes. So let me sort that out very quickly for you. What do I want? I can just grab it from anywhere, really, can't I? Should we go for that? Here we go. I just got to copy that and then plonk it in somewhere else. It's fine. Okay, there we go. So, yep, 5,000 litres... sorry, what am I talking about? 5,000 gallons of holding tanks. 5,000 gallons, that's crazy. So theoretically, it's about 1 gallon a day, isn't it? And how many there are you, my darling? Is it 4 of you? Let's assume it's 4. So 5,000 divided by 4 equals 1,250 each. Divided by 300... Oh, I just messed it up. 5,000 gallons divided by 4 peeps equals 1,250 gallons each. Divided by 365. Yeah, you're doing alright, Ashley. So you're definitely got... dang! 5,000 gallons. So you're doing alright for fresh water. And I imagine you've got the filters to go with it. So, and the quad bugs to go with it. So it's lovely to see your progress, my darling. And check this out. You see, I thought this... Oh, 3 of us there, are you? This thing here, you see, I thought this was your chicken coop. But I'm not sure it is. But you send a couple of pictures. I've got the other half of yours I'll show next week, my darling. But this is the inside. Look at the work that's coming along on this. So let us know what this building is going to be. Because I'll show the other pictures of the chicken coop with some other ones when it's like got chickens and we can show. That would be cool. Let's have a look. Boom. Your quiz last week said 2 litres of water per day, not a gallon. Yeah, 1 gallon a day is... 2 litres of water is the absolute minimum you can survive on without dying, right? The 1 gallon a day, which is more like 4.5 litres a day, is based on having enough to cook with. Yeah, to boil your rice and pasta and things like this and, you know, have enough to just do. That's what the CDC recommends, so... That's the outdoor run, I see, attached to the indoor coop. Amazing. Okay. And this is from the inside, look, with the doggies. So lovely. Thank you so much. And this is your composting thing. So Leslie's having a go at composting. And I thought when I first looked in there, I thought, oh, is that bugs in there? Are you growing the bugs? Are you going to be eating the bugs? Amazing. So that's the... And here we go. Like, Leslie's getting into some canning as well. Check it out. Yeah. She's properly getting in there. And here's the boys, look, setting up the greenhouse. Yeah, look at them building it themselves, bit by bit. There's a doggy there helping out somehow. I bet he's doing some digging to help out. And check it out. This is how it looks. The greenhouse, all done. That must have taken ages getting all those panels in and everything else. So, absolutely respect due. Great job, very professional work. Isn't it just extreme? Isn't it just? So let's hear it for Laughs-Me, because she's done a brilliant job. Thank you for sharing. We'll have more from Laughs-Me as the week goes by. So thank you so much for sharing. So let's check out number 4. Ansett Girl, thank you so much for sending in your progress. Oh, so that's where they play during the day. No bug soil for the greenhouse. Like it. So check it out from Ansat Girl then. She sent me another little picture just of something she pulled off Facebook here. It just says, you need to make yourself a hard target. Window and door alarms, super cheap from J-Car, and anyone can install them. Raise the heights of your side fences and turn them into the arrow top. Cameras, I know, expensive. Bird guard or bat stop on flat fences. They can't put their hands on fences to jump. Sensor lights, ring doorbell, padlock all gates, lock screen doors with your key, a decent dog like Hugo, identify the weak spots in your property and plant trees and shrubs there, and then we got put a lock on your electrical box and also solid timber front door with deadlock, not a cheap one. So yeah, some great tips there. And check out her filing cabinet that she's got her Sigma Prepper sticker. I don't know if is that the sticker you get in the box of the hotspot product, or is that the sticker that you got from being a Patreon member? I'm not sure, but it's great to see on your preps. Do you know why? Because look what's in them. Look what's in the drawers, right? So, and you know, when I first saw the pink and yellow things, I thought they were little toy ham radio, little toy CB radios, right? And then I looked again, I thought, oh no, they're igniters, Andy. They're igniters. The Bic gives it away. But yeah, so these are the inside the drawers. Look, absolutely ram-packed full of tins. Oh, that's the Patreon sticker, is it? I see. So, oh, hold on a minute. I need to steal the chat message from that one, the last scene, because it needs to be pasted into this one as well. Sorry, let's just copy that, and then I can go back to Ansat Girls, and then we can paste that in, because okay, there we go. Now we can see your message. Yeah. So that's a Patreon sticker on your filing cabinet. But how cool is that? I love it. Yeah. Look at all the cans in there. That's double stacked, girlfriend. Double stacked. And the bottom one there, look. So it's amazing to think all of that is fitting in that one cupboard, right? I mean, that's probably like quite a few months worth of food right there, just in that one filing cabinet, which I'm pretty sure she sorted out on the cheap, yeah? So really well done, and check it out. She's not going to be running out of toilet roll in a hurry soon, is she? So well done, Ansat Girl. Really great to see. Thank you for sending them in. And yeah, it's great. Noelle Marie's like, that's not fair. I haven't got my Patreon member sticker. What level Patreon member are you, my darling? Because you might be getting a mug. You could be getting a Sigma Prepper mug if it's the $15 one. It's on the 3rd month, my darling. You get it sent out on the 3rd month. You'll automatically have it sent out to you. So yeah, and you should have had 2 stickers or so in your hotspot box as well, Noelle Marie. Yeah. So who we got next? So thank you so very much, Ansat Girl. Really appreciate it. So 5th and finally is our superstar, most recent signer-upper for Patreon. Thank you, Robert, for your support. I really appreciate it. Oh, you'll be getting a mug then, Noelle, not a sticker. You'll be getting full-on mug action. I'll be doing stickers myself anyway, but darling. So, Robert then, look what he sent in. He built this himself out of just bits of wood and things. So, great job. And you'll see what I mean about great job when you see how well Robert's done with his yield. So, check it out. And apparently these fencing things here that are curved over are cow fence, I think he called it. Cow fence. So, let us know if you're still with us, Robert, if your internet's okay. Yeah, it looks like he's still here, look. So let us know, Robert. And then we got this one here, slightly different angle, but look at the sort of things that he's managed to produce himself. I did do a little collage, but these are the cucumbers. They look yummy. Quite a few of them as well. It's lovely to see people growing their own food, and it's really inspiring, right? Check it out. Look at the beautiful colour of his tomatoes. You got peppers there. Chilies, is that? Looks like it, doesn't it? Cow panels, that was it, Robert. Cow panels, yeah. Great for climbing vine options. Yeah, exactly. So he's done really, really great job there. And check it out. He's got his vegetables already rocking. Robert, I'm so glad you're here, because I wanted to ask what this was. You didn't say on Discord. You didn't mention what it was. Thank you, Daily Survival. Oh, jalapenos, brilliant. I love jalapenos with what do you call it? What do you call it? Nachos. Yeah, you got to have jalapenos with nachos. I do like some extra jalapenos on pizza as well. Meat feast, kind of like a meat feast pizza with jalapenos. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So tell me what this is, because you know when I first looked at this, when I first looked at the picture, I actually thought it was one of those trail cameras, but I thought, why has it got an antenna if it's a trail camera? I thought maybe it's a PIR motion sensor thingy bob, I'm not sure. So let us know what this is. It does look like a camo radio, but I don't think it is, because there's that funny screen on the front that looks like it's a PIR sensor or something. I don't know. So let us know, Robert. What are we looking at? What is this as part of your preps? Daily Survival likes jalapenos with everything. Great progress. Thank you, Netrum. Yeah, he's... thank you for your compliments. But let us know, Robert, what that is. And then, because we're all desperate to know. But thank you so very much, everyone, for sending in your progress. I really appreciate it. It is a trail camera that you can call with your phone. Like it. Brilliant. So it's a trail camera that you can call with your phone. Nicely done, Robert. Thanks for sending them in. Don't forget, if you've made some progress with your preps, do please share them with us, because it's great inspiration, great motivation. Sometimes, as you've seen today, there's some great ideas that can inspire other people. And again, it doesn't have to be anything epic or expensive. Sometimes you can just be a case of, you know, just some ideas of how you're storing things and things like that, right? So definitely share your progress to inspire others. And it's all there for everyone to share. Thank you so much to those that sent in their progress this week. Netrum Design, Extreme Focus, Leslie, Laughs Me, and Ansett Girl, and Robert McNamara. Thank you for sending your progress at sigmaprepper.com. All links in the description if you would like to send yours in too. Let's do it. Let's get back to base camp. Oh, lovely. Ooh, that's fancy. That's fancy, says Laughs Me. Nice, Batman. Great progress, everyone. Thank you, Daily Survival. You've been working hard to Extreme Focus. Thanks, Extreme. Isn't it great to see everyone's work, though? Haven't you been working hard as well, Extreme? Lovely to see your pictures again. So, again, delicious looking healthy, isn't it? Yeah, this is why it's so lovely to share these things, because it's just great to see what everyone's achieving. And it's a lovely sense of... it's a lovely feeling for me, because it's just like when you notice that, not if, when it hits the fan, it's a case of feeling as though a lot of you, or all of you that I care so much about, just knowing subconsciously that you guys are going to be all right, because I know that you guys are preparing. I know you guys are putting work into making sure you've got maximum number of options and minimum number of risks is what it's all about. So thank you so much for sending it in. And, you know, it's such a lovely bunch, what can I say? So I would like to say a final thank you to our wonderful, wonderful people. Because it's only because of you I'm able to stay online. Things are real tricky and difficult at the moment, so thank you, because I am 100% independent. Such a new channel, not monetized, no adverts, no sponsors, no nothing. So thank you so very much to those that are helping me out. And again, all links in the description if you'd like to find a way that you'd like to help me. There's lots of different ways you can do it. And Patreon's a great way. I'm looking at building that up quite significantly with the videos that I'm planning to bring on board, and behind the scenes videos showing how I make all things like this live show and my products for survival and preparedness behind the scenes. And of course, these are the people who are making it happen for me. Thank you so much to our Patreon VIPs. Couldn't do it without you. We're going to be catching up with each other in about 10 minutes in the Discord VIP after party with the VIPs, where we're going to be talking about everything we've been talking about tonight and more, and all sorts of things that are going on in your lives. So really looking forward to catching up with you fine people in the after party coming up straight after. So thank you so very much. If you would like to help, again, links are in the description. But the least if you can do is just hit the like button and share it on your social media. Share this channel with your friends. Encourage them to subscribe and follow these videos, because you know that it makes sense. You know it's going to help them in the long time and the long run. So thank you very much. Let's get back to base camp then. And let's do what we gotta do. So we have had an absolutely epic show tonight. I don't even know how long we've been rocking, but I know it's been way longer than it normally is because the SHTF intel was such an epic one. So, here we go then. We are here. We are here at the end, the VIP after party. So please join me, the Wolfpack, in the Discord after party. And from myself, what can I say? It's been an absolutely fabulous night. I've enjoyed myself. I hope you've all had a great time. And more progress reports to come from me, says Extreme Focus. Thanks, my man. Thanks for such a fun show tonight. I'm glad you were able to be here with me. I really appreciate each and every one of you sharing a night with me tonight. And, you know, it's been such a lovely time. And don't forget all the stuff we've got coming up over the week, right? It's all happening. So we're all full time now. We're fully on and we are fully go. So we got Mondays. Don't forget, it'll be a new tier report. So I'm looking forward to seeing what she's going to be coming out with on Monday. So that'll be 8:15 a.m. on a Monday morning UK time, just past midnight Pacific Standard Time. So that's what we got going with Tia. Again, on the Tuesdays we have an SHTF live broadcast, depending on whatever's going on at the time. And then the Wednesdays is Unmissable, the SHTF survival scenarios. Link in the description if you didn't see yesterday's one. It's an absolute must-see. I do insist that you watch it before watching any of the next week's one, which will be Wednesdays. And again, 11 p.m. UK time, 6 p.m. Eastern time is where you're going to find the prepping of for 2022 series videos. The one that you missed, if you missed it yesterday, was Advanced Principles of Prepping. Don't miss it. And of course, the live shows on the Thursday. And tomorrow I'll be uploading the SHTF intel that I did tonight. Obviously that will be going live tomorrow. That will be uploaded as a separate standalone video, which is much easier for you to share on your social media. So do give that a watch when it comes out tomorrow. Help that do well. Thank you, Netrum Design. Really appreciate you being here, my man. And thank you, Sandy, my absolute darling. Thank you for being such a great friend. And you, Daily Survival. I really appreciate everything that you all do. And thank you, Robert McNamara, for being for signing up on Patreon. I know you have some issues with doing that business, but you'll get it figured out. Great work as per usual, Sigma Prepper. Thank you so much, Urban Harvesting. Sorry that you lost your top spot on the Sigma Prepper quiz, but absolutely well done to Daily Survivor as our winner today for the Sigma Prepper quiz. Great job, my darling. So, what can I say? From me, I guess we've come to the end. So I'll see you on the other side. Don't miss the next one. And don't miss out on all the other videos during the week. And from myself, it's love, peace and progress. To the pack.